Hi friends, a warm welcome to my channel. The intention of creating this channel is to spread awareness, mainly emotional awareness, in the people living on the very planet Earth. So today I would like to share my views and perspectives on the transformation of life. Hope you will all will enjoy this video. So let's begin with a question. Let me ask you, how many of you are observing the changes within you and outside you every day that are happening around you? The changes from your childhood to being an adult, a mature adult, who you are now. The changes which are taking place every minute, every day in the nature, in the external world that you see with your eyes. Every ticking of a second hand or a minute hand or an hour hand is transiting to a new state, right? Every season is changing from summer to rainy to winter. Also, every day the sun rises and the sun sets to start a new beginning the next day. So each and everything is in the process of transcending state. Even you can observe the very physical bodily changes in our human beings, right? The skin, the hair color, the cells in the body, the physical appearance, the structure of the body, our metabolism, each and everything has been in a process of evolution. Each and every living being on this planet is undergoing consciously or unconsciously a transformation to evolve into something unknown, new state of being which is vital for the existence of life. So the next question I want to put to you is life permanent, or the changes that are occurring in the very existence, are they permanent? Please question yourself. My purpose to throw questions on you is to make you go inward, in the sense I want you to understand your inner self by being conscious. So let's answer this question. Is life permanent? How many of you think whatever we see, whatever we hear or feel, or the bliss we have, or the suffering we undergo, are all these emotions permanent? Frankly, no situations, no emotions, nothing is permanent in this life. Everybody or everything is trying to be permanent in itself. It's just an assumption that it is a permanent in this process, which is actually a temporary creation of realm, you can say, by the universe. So, when do we realize that life is not permanent? When we suffer from a chronic illness, or unfortunately, we are struck by any trauma in our lives, then we are suddenly waken up and then we realize that life is not permanent. Things are not permanent, right? Are you observing how the nature is? It is trying to adapt itself each and every minute to the process of transformation silently, and it is still, and yet it doesn't have any complaints on the creation. So, what is life? Here goes another question. Life is a process of transformation or evolution of each and every living being on this planet Earth, be it trees, birds, plants, animals, human beings. Each and every particle on this planet Earth is undergoing in a process of transformation silently, either knowingly or unknowingly or consciously. That means when completely aligned to the evolution, or subconsciously, that is, when the same process is repeating multiple times, or unconsciously, that is, when you have surrendered or accepted the process without your knowledge. Now let's dive deep into a topic. Consider an example of a bird. So you all know birds lay eggs, right? The matter in the egg is not conscious. It is in an unconscious state. So this matter in an egg is continuously in a state of transformation to evolve into a fully formed living organism, that is a chick, right? Hope you understood. Now, similarly, you take the semen of a male and an ovary of a female. Both have to combine to form a single entity. In this process, the semen has little bit of consciousness, but the ovary is totally in a surrender mode. That is, it is in an unconscious state. So both are combined to form an unborn baby, a living creature in the mother's womb, which is constantly in the process of evolution each and every minute until it is born, right? And even though the baby is not born, but it is still alive, it has all the uh, developments that are happening inside are completely aligned to the life's intelligence until it is fully equipped with all the necessary life mechanisms which are required when it comes out of the mother's womb. This is a very basic process that every human being has to undergo, and every woman has to undergo, every child has to undergo. But we take it for granted. So, why first this semen has to purge the ovary? Why the ovary has to accept? Did anybody think about this? What would happen if this merging would not take place? We would have not been born, right? Humanity would not have multiplied, right? So, what I'm uh, conveying you here is truly the semen and the ovary are completely, totally in a alignment state of transformation with the life's intelligence. They are completely frictionless and non-resistant to the changes of evolution. So here is again one more question. How many of you are conscious enough or who are willing to know, like, are you in a conscious state of transformation of life? or an unconscious state of transformation. Have you ever gave a thought to this? Because we are all living in a materialistic world. We are all trying to run behind something, to achieve something, to gain something, to learn something, and all. But how many of you are consciously undergoing this process of transformation? So let's start the reason behind this. Every child, when he is born, he doesn't have that much consciousness. So he or she, whoever may be, a baby boy or a baby girl, but I am assuming to be he, so that it is common for all of us. So the child is initially unconscious. He doesn't have any consciousness. So when he starts having the mother's milk, he just cries for his uh, when he's hungry, but he doesn't know what to do. When the mother gives him milk, he just stops crying and sleeps, right? Then slowly, after few months, he starts crawling. Then after few months, he starts walking. That is when he's after 1 year, when 1 year old, he starts walking. So slowly he is in the process of evolution of a human being. So this is carried out unconsciously because the child is not conscious. He is completely in alignment with the transformation of life. So it's easy for a child to undergo this process of transformation slowly and gradually until he reaches a point where all his activities become subconscious. That is, waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, having your bath, your morning routine, your breakfast, lunch, your exercises, your dinner, and finally going to bed. So all these activities become a part of subconscious state. Let me give me an example to differentiate between subconscious and conscious state of transformation. For this, consider a boy who is studying, say, sixth standard. So when he entered a sixth standard, he is in the beginning conscious enough that he is into sixth grade, right? And then everything goes subconsciously. Like he's put in a subconscious mode until he completes its sixth standard. Then again, when he enters into seventh standard, he is made to put in a conscious mode for a certain period of time until he gets used to his seventh standard. Again, he's put in a subconscious mode. So this goes on and on until he completes his education. So finally, after completing his education, he has to find a job, right? So even when the boy wants to uh, enter his graduation, he has to clear some entrance exams. So at that point of time, he is in a conscious mode, right? So after graduation also, he becomes conscious that I have to find a job, I have to settle well in life until the point where he uh, finds a good job for him, until he is completely aligned to the work he learns and he does every day. And slowly then he goes into a subconscious mode. Consciousness is something which is totally being in the present moment. That is, we are conscious only when we take some important decisions in our life, like, you know, about education, about our jobs, about our relationships, about, going to new places. So these are all a conscious activity. But once you enter this consciousness or complete this phase of consciousness, which lasts only for a certain period of time, maybe few hours or few weeks, then you again go into subconscious state of transformation. For the people living in the forest, such as tribal communities, are highly in alignment with the universe, that is, the vibrations and energetic field of life's intelligence, which are very much essential for the evolution of life. But for people like us who have moved into towns, urban areas, or cities, and we have destroyed all these natural forms of life by building up the constructions, the various materialistic worldly forms. When we get depleted of these universal vibrations of life, we are prone to various kinds of mental and physical changes in our body, different kinds of diseases, all the negativities, the dark elements, lack of pure love in relationships, etc. But there are few sacred places which are consecrated in the cities, towns, which we call temples, churches, or mosques. Making regular visits to these places can remove the negative vibrations from a human body and cleanse them by making them abundant with the positive energetic field present in the universe. But this positive energetic field is present in the body as long as he is ready to hold it. And once he gets involved again in the three-dimensional world, this energy will deplete slowly and can be regained only by visiting those places again. Finally, my message to all of you is it is completely on the will and wish of any living form to be in total alignment with the life's intelligence without friction or without any resistance, to make them evolve into a newer, unknown, blissful, dimensional energy systems. When any living form is completely aligned in the present moment of life without friction, that is, allowing it to be as it is, then all the actions exhibited by them become empowered by the intelligence of evolution itself. Hope you all like this video, and if you like it, please give a like. Also, please subscribe to this channel and share this video on all social platforms. Thank you for being patient in listening this video. This is Srilatha signing off. See you in my next video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.